You're not wrong. Sometimes it really does feel like the market is rigged against you, isn't it? I mean, you enter long, it drops immediately. You sell, it rallies immediately. It feels personal, and it feels like someone is watching your stop loss. Trust me, I've been there, right? And when that happens, the voice in your head gets louder and louder, and it tells you it's impossible. It tells you, quit right now, like get out. Tells you to stop completely. But before you listen to that voice, understand that the game is rigged, but not by the banks. It's rigged by your own biology. And here's how we fix that. All right, so section 1, discomfort is not danger. I'm going to say this again, discomfort is not danger. Most traders treat discomfort like a fire alarm, right? When a trade goes red, you feel the tightness in your chest. When price stalls, you start doubting your thesis. And even when you're not in a trade, you feel restless, like you're missing out. So, what do? Naturally, you react, right? You interfere. You jump in too early to relieve that itch. You exit too early to stop that pain. And you aren't over trading because you're greedy. Sometimes, yes, it is because of greed. But there comes a point where you start over trading because you're uncomfortable sitting still. Right? You think about an athlete in the gym. When their muscles start to burn, do they drop the weights and run out of the room screaming, "Ah!" You know what I'm saying? Like, "Oh, this is too much." No. They know that the burn is part of the growth. Right? In trading, nobody taught you that. Nobody taught you that pain is part of the game. And so when it hits, anxiety hits too, and you think something is wrong. And so the top 1%, they feel the same anxiety. Believe it or not, I've seen it, I've felt it. They feel that anxiety too. They just don't touch the mouse at the time that anxiety hits. They don't touch the mouse, period. So, if you feel uncomfortable, don't try to fix that feeling. Instead, what you need to do is go back on your plan and say, hey, is this what my plan told me to do? Is this part of my plan? If it is the plan, if you did what your plan told you to do, then it's safe, right? And just like that, let the market cook. That's it. That's all you need. Before we continue with the video, I want to just say, if you have any video suggestions or you want me to make longer videos, feel free to comment down below and I will be more than happy to take your suggestions. All right, jumping into section 2. You are not your profit or loss. Okay, so this is where the damage gets permanent, believe it or not, right? When you are undisciplined, you attach your self-worth to the chart. A green day? You feel like a genius. You feel so powerful, nobody can stop you, not even the market. A red day? Dang. You feel like a failure. Not just a bad trader, but a bad person. Right? And suddenly every loss feels personal. Every win feels personal. Every mistake turns into a dark story about who you are, how much you are such a horrible person, right? Imagine if a surgeon judged their value as a human being based on a difficult surgery. Think about that. They wouldn't last a month and they wouldn't do the next surgery or the next. And we wouldn't have surgeons, let's be honest. Right? But the disciplined trader never asks, did I make money today? They ask, did I follow my rules? Did I manage my risk? Did I execute? They are asking these things because that's what's more important than chasing after the paycheck. right? And so over time, like I always love to say, trading is a skill and money is the side effects of that skill. So if you followed your plan and lost money, that is a winning day. That is, like, I'm serious. If you followed your plan and still lost money, that's a winning day because you learned something new. Hey, maybe there's something I need to tweak in my strategy. Or, hey, you know what? Maybe trading in this time frame is not the best for my strategy. You learn instead of pushing yourself back and making mistakes that you're not even realizing over and over and over. And so for me, a winning day is always a day when I learn something so valuable that can take me to the moon, basically. So judge your day by your execution, not by your bank account, not by the profit you made, not by the feedback you get, not by the verdict on your life. Okay? Trading doesn't define you as a person. Your profits, your loss don't define you as a person. And as people, it's so common for us to compare ourselves with others. And then that's where the toxicity of everything comes in. And then we, judge our value based off of how much we've made from the market or how good we are. And, trading just becomes horrible. So don't do that mistake. All right. So section 3, the daily reset. This is the most important of all these 3 points. So this is what I like to call the baggage. So most traders carry yesterday's ghost into today's session, right? So you took a big loss yesterday? Now you're desperate to make it back. You had a massive win yesterday? Even better. Now you're overconfident and sloppy. And so you aren't trading the market anymore. At this point, you're trading your emotions. You're trading yesterday's emotions. And that's financial ruin in the market. You have to wipe the slate clean. The market doesn't care what you did yesterday. It doesn't care what you didn't do yesterday. The market has no memory, and neither should you. Okay? So before you open your charts, mentally close the door from yesterday. You are not here to recover your losses. You are not here to prove you were right. You are here to execute today. That's it. You're here to execute your plan. You're here to do what you're supposed to do. Not because you had a loss yesterday or you had a big win. So don't let that make you, or don't let that influence your trades. None whatsoever. It's got nothing to do with your trades. It's got nothing to do with what you do today. Okay? Trading is the hardest thing in the world because it demands you to be something you're not naturally wired to be. It demands you to be patient right off the bat. It demands you to be disciplined right off the bat. And it's kind of rigged because you don't have a coach. Most people who are athletes, chefs, they've had someone who's taught them this. And for us, we have to learn through trial and error. We have to teach ourselves. We have to be patient. We have to be calm. We have to learn how to be patient. We have to learn how to be neutral, And money is such an emotional thing. And this is not something that a lot of people realize, but they blame themselves. And it's not fair. The world of business will never change, and only you can change. Only you can adapt. That's only if you don't quit. You are one of the strongest people that has ever lived. Because trading is not easy, my friend. It is so hard. A lot of people don't make it. So, congratulations to you for even starting this journey.